What's up, Star Citizens? Astronesto here, and welcome to this week's Citizen Digest, the weekly show where I take a look at what's going on in the world of Star Citizen, and I give you my take on it. And this week, the news was not all that good, as major delays to the roadmap were announced. We'll get into that, as well as some digestible lore about Crusader, my quick update on the 3.10 PTU, and finally in entertainment, Mafanwe has a review on her take on Good Game's Misfire film. So stick around, I think you'll like it. Special thanks to Sora and Dragon Shredder for organizing this 890 jump mission party you're seeing. It was great fun, and I'm glad they invited me to join, even though I was pretty useless. But I did get some great shots. We'll get started right after this. If you like this video, please consider liking, subscribing, or commenting. It really helps a small channel like ours immensely. Still have not hit 50 subs, but we are getting closer. When we do, I'll be giving away a Mustang Beta starter pack to subscribers as a special thank you. Thanks for letting me get the YouTube stuff out. Let's get back to this week's video. Orison City, the famed city in the clouds, above the gas giant Crusader in the Stanton system. As the name suggests, Orison and the planet is owned by Crusader Industries. While a gas giant might not seem appealing to live on at first, the special properties that allow the city to exist in the sky works to Crusader's advantage. They save about 40% of the expenses to build the company's famed commercial transports in the floating shipyards around Orison. By all accounts, the company reinvested these savings in their workforce that enjoys high-quality housing in Orison. One of the reasons this is considered to be one of the nicest ports in the system. Visitors experience this firsthand from the Grand Observatory that boasts transparent flooring for breathtaking views of the atmosphere below. Even the famed shipyards are unintentional works of art, according to the 890 jump brochure, where you might just catch a starliner emerging from the clouds. So now that we've talked about Orison and Crusader, let's talk about when we're going to see it. Last Friday, CIG dropped their roadmap roundup. If you haven't heard by now, the news was not great. We learned that the highly anticipated Planet Crusader and Orison City landing zone have been delayed. Originally scheduled for release in patch 3.12, we are now looking at a two-part release for quarters 1 and 2 of next year. This is disappointing on a lot of levels for the community. Orison is a city in the clouds that I think everyone has been excited to see and visit. Crusader will finally complete the Stanton system as well, our only system. Mystery armor, station-based refining, something about ground covering, and some other features were discussed, but the setback was my major takeaway. I think a lot of us have noticed the stability on the back end degrading after the release of Microtech. As the post also mentions, with each city released, they have raised the bar. But I think we're at a point where it's painfully obvious the current infrastructure can probably not support the addition of another city right now. Does this mean server meshing and iCache technology is further behind than they expected? At any rate, to me, it's not a good sign, coupled with the rough performance of 3.10 in the PTU. We have some new ships to look forward to this year, but outside of that, not much other content, which I think will lead to player engagement problems. And what does this mean for the upcoming power system? I guess time will tell. If there's a silver lining here, it's that they're taking the time to make sure releasing Crusader is the right thing. If releasing it breaks gameplay further, that's not a good situation for anyone, or for the future of the game. Those are my thoughts on the delay. I'd like to hear yours in the comments below. Before I hop off this topic, there are some good things that were announced last week. Constellation is getting some love. The Taurus is getting an expanded cargo bay. They also teased that they are working on the Archimedes docking mechanic with the Connie. They are also working on effects from drinking and poisoning. That's right, maybe drinking and flying is not a good idea. There was an interesting question answered about ships feeling slow and sluggish in atmosphere, and a very good answer was given that these ships are much larger than current day aircraft. To illustrate this point, check out this graphic I found on Reddit about a year ago from Cannelloni77. I know I'm saying that wrong. You can see that even a 300i is fatter than an F-18 fighter jet. And let's not even get started on the Reclaimer and Hammerhead. So in Atmosphere, ground combat sounds like a better bet. Speaking of dimensions, it was also acknowledged that the Carrack is going to be a tight fit and a lot of horizontal hangars. I felt this myself at Grim Hex as my side turret kept getting snagged. There's a bug with wind in some hangars, also making this challenging that they are working on. But it was hard for them to cram all the Carrack can do into a medium-sized hangar, but they wanted to do that to give it the versatility an exploration vessel would need. Okay, a quick 3.10 performance update to me. CIG has continued to patch problems last week. The Area 18 landing zone was a major problem, hence my last video trying to help pilots escape, but as of their last patch, Area 18 has been fixed. They're also working on getting hangar doors to stay open longer. Can't tell you how happy this makes me. 30Ks are still going down, but I'm seeing less of them when I play. The AI and bartenders are still a little hit or miss to me though, but they have acknowledged some tweaking needs to be done. My AI combatants were not the smartest, and we'll dive into that in another episode. And the landing impoundment system is still a little dicey. Sometimes you're told you're obstructing a pad, and your ship is impounded when you're not even hovering over the incorrect one. So while it's not perfect, things are a lot better. And I wouldn't be surprised if 3.10 is close to going live. So we have to give the devs some credit for the hard work they're putting in. But my money is on a wipe coming with it. What do you think?
Welcome to the first machinima review of the Astronesto Citizen Digest. I'm Mavanwi. We're going to be reviewing Misfire by Good Games. A link to the video will be included in our description. The short film Misfire is art. It's high energy, suspenseful, and even has some humor thrown in too. It takes simple bits of PvP, shots of ships flying around Daymar, players strolling through the sand and taking a sip of water. The plot isn't solid enough that I could tell you the beginning, middle, and end, except that it's tense and compelling. Also, I want more. Give it a watch and see for yourself.
Thanks Mafanwe, that was a great review. I'm a little down that we will have to wait until next year to visit the first city in the clouds. I'll try to get over it by next week. 3.10 looks like it's getting closer to live, so we can set our sights on 3.11. And Misfire looks like an awesome short film. I'll be taking a look at that to keep my spirits high. Thanks for watching us this week. Please help us out by dropping a comment below on how you liked it or didn't. All feedback is welcome and really helpful. Please also consider liking, subscribing, sharing, all that good stuff to help us build this channel. And if you'd like to appear on one of our projects, check us out in Discord. It's a small group, but we'd love to have you. This is Astronesto saying, be safe, and we'll see you next time.